I think a key thing is, first of all, to let yourself have resistance. I think it's really important. If you feel resistance mentally, if you're feeling things, mentally, if you're feeling mentally resistant to something, I think it's really a key part of a process to, like, step one, let that be there. Because if there's resistance to the resistance, then that's like this double resistance, double trouble. And it creates this like rejection or denial of an aspect that's coming to the surface. And I guess since we were comparing to food, for example, half chewing something and swallowing it while it's still like a chunk, so your body can't quite process and digest it. If there's a resistance that comes to the surface and then it's like denied because it's a resistance, it's like swallowing that back down and it doesn't get processed. So I would say the first thing, and maybe the most important thing, is to let yourself feel resistant. Be like, oh, I feel resistant right now. Or if it's an emotional thing, oh, I feel angry right now, or whatever the emotion could be. And we all have different relationships to different emotions. So there's some emotions that I feel that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't feel that emotion, or I shouldn't feel that emotion in yoga. I think I used to feel a lot of frustration and like anger come up in yoga. And I used to fight that, and then that caused that I would carry it throughout the whole entire day because I had resisted it. I was like, no, I shouldn't feel that in yoga. I should feel peaceful in yoga. And then I think once over time, I slowly, and still am, working to accept parts of myself, but I'm better at letting the feeling come and processing it and acknowledging it. So I would say that with your resistances, let them be there. And then when you let them be there and you breathe through them and you feel them and you inhabit them rather than just try this, see if it works for you. But like there's like awareness. I can be aware. I'm aware of the pond. There's the pond. It's over there. But inhabiting would be like getting into the pond. So if you can get into the pond with everything you're feeling, and then you're like in there with it, not above it, not below it, you're with it, inhabiting. And that has a way of digesting. You digest, you process little layer by little layer, and one layer of resistance will take you somewhere else, and that'll transform and take you somewhere else. So yeah, frustration, anger, sadness, all the things, and the other end of the spectrum. Yeah, and our bodies, they are so smart. And everything is kept in there, like imprinted. Like we're a walking library of information of every moment we've ever lived. So different waves of different things will rise up at different times. And I'm so passionate about teaching slowly because it gives time to actually acknowledge and feel and process and digest. And when I say that, it sounds so easy, right? Acknowledge, feel, process, digest. But when you're in it, it's a totally different scenario. It's not easy to move slow. It's not easy. It's easier to move faster in some ways, to move through things quickly, boom, okay, that's done, over, rather than moving so slow. It's like, but the outcome is that you give your whole self an opportunity to finally digest.